Welcome everyone to our channel. Now I'm going to talk about the latest news that's happening today. What is that confused of the worst days in 1987? A trading and down Thursday in what is worst day for 3 decades. Social investors had no idea how much frontal markets were likely to fall as the coronavirus pandemic spread fear of global recession. A 16-day drop of almost 27% in the S&P 500 had left portfolios in tatters. The suspension of professional sports games, cancelled conventions and have empty restaurants has raised fear. Not about whether the launches due at economic invasion or record is standing, but about how deep now the recession will be. This was worse than any day in 2008. It was worse than step 11 I started in 1993, and it was more banking markets I ever seen, said Christopher Stanton, Chief Investment Officer at Sunrise Capital Partner LLC in San Diego. People are just trading on conjectures that can't accidental conjecture. Drops out 10% in the Dow Jones Industrial Average in 9.5% in the S&P 500 will were worse, for both in 1987. On October 19, 1997, now known as Black Monday, the Dow crashed 22.6% in its biggest ever single-day decline. Wall Street's more recent sell-offs comes as countries around the world grapple with how constant the fast-moving coronavirus sends its economic effects. The velocity and depth of the drop has shocked investors execute them to decades of gains on Wall Street that were interrupted by only a handful of correction. Fear of missing out has turned into fear of the unknown, lamented Don McLean, fixed income portfolio manager at Diamond Hill Capital Management in Columbus, Ohio. We haven't seen a situation like this before. The S&P 500 though has left its trading edge under 16 times expected earnings, its lowest level since early 2019, according to Refinity data stream. But that finger roughly the confidence because earning estimates for companies are likely to fall as corporations provide more details about how badly they have been hurt by the virus that broke out in China late last year and has now spread across the globe. With the recession over warranty that is born as the S&P 500 entering bear market territory today. One question worth asking is, how much is Brighton? Bespoke Investment Group was in a Richard's note. Reflecting that uncertainty, the CBOE Volatility Index, known as Wall Street Fingers, jumped on Thursday in its biggest every one-day surge. This is not an economic problem. There are ramifications of it that are economic. But the problem is the virus and the panic it is causing, said Tim Grisky, Chief Investment Strategist and Environmental Counsel in New York. Is the panic overdone? I would say it is definitely overdone, but that doesn't stop people from being freaked out. The panic spreads beyond stock, with demand for dollar via the currency derivative market surging to its higher level for years in a sign that coronavirus-induced economic stress is starting to manifest itself in a broad scramble for greenback funding. Among the victims, the Wall Street implosion in U.S. President Donald Trump, who thought the stunning run-up in the stock market as evidence of his success in the White House. Most of the gains have now evaporated. Investors are also becoming increasingly concerned that the coronavirus outbreak will hit U.S. corporate cash flow if it gives workers at home or prevent companies from paying employees. Bond funds have taken hits and companies including Boeing, BA and are drawing on credit lines. Traders expect the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates again aggressively at its policy meeting the next week to counter the coronavirus. Set for lower the Fed surprise 15 basic rates cut last week, which failed to stabilize markets. We have to see coordinated fiscal and monetary policy, as well as government, said McLean. People need to know there's a plan in place. This isn't Twitter. You have got to have details. Facebook, Twitter removed their linkage account in Ghana targeting US. Facebook Inc., FBO, and Twitter Inc. TWTRN said on Thursday they had taken down a network of Russian-linked Facebook operators of Ghana and Nigeria with targets in the United States. Facebook told reporters that the network, which is removed from Facebook and Instagram for engaging in foreign interference, was in the early stage of building audiences and was operated by local nationals, some writingly and some unwritingly, on behalf of individuals in Russia. Facebook said this investigation fell into an NGO in Ghana called ABLA, or Eliminating Barriers to the Liberation of Africa, an individual associated with past activity by Russia Internet Research Agency, IRA. A St. Petersburg-based trifactory that U.S. intelligence officials say aimed to interfere in the U.S. presidential election in 2016. The account is a new takedown managed Facebook-based posting as non-governmental organization, NGO, or personal blogs, or posting in Facebook groups. They focus on topics such as Black history, Black excellence and fashion, celebrity gossip, U.S. news, and LGBTQ issues. They also share negative content about operation and police brutality. A CNN investigation found that the girl in Ghana in Nigeria claimed they belong to people in the United States such as in Brooklyn or New Orleans. One girl posted in a Facebook group as a cousin of an African American who died in police custody. This activity did not appear to focus on election or promote or denigrate political candidates, Facebook said in a blog post. Facebook head of cybersecurity policy, Nathaniel Glacher, told reporters on a conference call that the network technical appeared to be attempting to create an NGO that had rewarded people working for it on the ground in Ghana as a way to build legitimacy for their narrative and use that to match it out. IBLA website says it is the network of strong advocates of human rights and employs a cyber activism approach. CNN, which went to ABLA headquarters in Ghana, reported that Ghanaian security survived and raided the ABLA compound in February. ABLA did not immediately respond to a router request for comment. Twitter characterized the account, many of which were created in July 2019, as attempting to show this goal by engaging in conversation about social issues, luxury and survey rights. Social media companies are under pressure to provide foreign and domestic misinformation on their platform. Particularly since U.S. intelligence officials said that Russia used social media platforms for an influence operation aimed at electing President Donald Trump, a claim that Moscow had denied. Reuters reported that U.S. intelligence and security officials this week were scheduled to tell Congress that Russia's social media efforts were currently more direct at stirring up social divides over issues like ethnic group revival and tension between police and local communities, rather than promoting specific U.S. presidential candidates. In a statement on Thursday, House Intelligence Community Chairman Adam Schiff said, "The potential use of capital on another continent means to mark Russian connection is a stalling channel, that the adversaries continue to pursue new and inventive ways to cover their tracks and evade detection." In the latest takedown, which was relatively small, the companies removed 49 Facebook accounts, 69 Facebook pages, 85 Instagram accounts, and 71 Twitter accounts. I hope you like this and just like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching and see you later in the next video.